my great-grandparents, and like Rihanna, Caitlin, Kristen Stewart. It's not I'm racist. It's some cases are more severe than others. So when you turn in like a felony with like that's doesn't fit the criteria for the massive dismissal or like defense, it doesn't work, and it ruins it for your other kids. Like imagine it's not racism. It's the charges are different. It is. I like some they got dragged in. Like Steve Landlord Den's kid, he went around the kids and he got dragged into that stuff, and then he went like, okay, whatever, and then they blamed him for everything. No, that's not his fault. I cover that, dude. Anything he goes through around my kids, I cover, dude. My parents and my kids, and just use my name, dude. So, just tell them they make fun of Nguyen K Hong. Like, okay, there's always security for him when he's around my kids, dude. So, point out to the investigator and whoever's investigating my ID and this video. They play this nice stuff where you can't say it, and they go say it for you, and then they bill me. I'm like, what? Nah, dude, I deal with the dude with my brother and sister and my kids, dude, and my parents. Not like 10 villages of stuff. And then that's why they get y'all not to be able to say anything. But sometimes they attack both person, you and security and all that, until y'all can't negotiate. Neither one can speak and stuff. So, yeah, it's just the defenses for it. When they're around me and they report back into me, I have all the videos and evidence, and I review the evidence sources. No, they didn't do it. 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 No way you can frame them for that act because they didn't do it. They say no. No matter what you say or you force them to do afterwards, they didn't commit the crime earlier that you blamed them for. And the harassment, isolation, got them to say something. It's almost like artificial epilepsy. Like they assault him until they screamed out something. It doesn't change the fact that they didn't commit those crimes in the past. It means you assaulted them until they screamed out something then. And the people that did it are repetitive of that. They made those threats prior. Like, you're going to say that you can commit the same crimes. They're probably trying to defend people, like my kids. And then they got in trouble. No way I'm going to let you go, dude. And there's always no kill because so many security comes by. So I don't know why y'all mad, dude. Y'all stole and took enough or didn't steal and you're partied like crazy, dude. And they're watching the kids and saving lives, peaceful progress, forever my mind with me. Y'all partook in it sometime, but you want to address the problem? I don't. This list of name and y'all, everything's signed under a different name, and it's volunteer work. I don't pay for it. I don't pay for work contracted. Like my stuff at home, I do better than a lot of the stuff y'all turned in, and then I lost so much money when y'all actually produced it. I don't know what to pay y'all. What for? Like, it's no good to me, dude. And then all those people that died, like, I didn't produce it. I heard some other companies went out and manufactured what y'all did. So y'all had contracts with other companies, dude. And people, like, passed away from, like, doing your stuff. So I don't know what's pay contractors that do things on their own without approval. With your own companies. So yeah. If anything, give me a call or like draft it out, and it's not like a draft a negotiation. It's not like once I draft it out, it's not, oh, here's the contract. It's you write back and forth what you want and stuff, back and forth, back and forth. It's not anybody saying anything or confession or anything. So make sure you know that, like, the people I name out and people with similar crimes like Lee or that were in similar situation where no one got hurt. But it doesn't mean or imagine your son with Lord, and it doesn't, like, no one got hurt. So, but it does, like, it doesn't mean you can fill anybody's name you want in or tell them that, oh, he'll take care of it. And I won't be able to. It's like you have to. Those are like real legal work that you have to get into. The one that I'm doing is just, Master said, in some company somewhere put out like bad engineering, and they have people around that harasses people. So people got upset and the engineering failure. They weren't even there, but they made them scream out something afterwards. They didn't even go to those places, didn't hang out, didn't. But they saw the person like 2 months or a year ago, and they just signed all their names under it. And that's no good, dude. Like stuff like that. But certain people were actually part of the contract company that like did all that stuff, and then they signed everyone else's names and took credential for their work. Oh yeah, when you sign contracts with them, this is how they stole your credential. The companies got sued, and they took credential for all your work. The company that you didn't know about or work with. No, but this is mine, not theirs. And you can't sue them like that because, what is it? You didn't let them see family, the lawyers, and you had a team of people assaulting and joking around, but they would kill you. So the deal is null and voided. And the parent company is myself. I head it, and we never signed contracts or worked with you. Nguyen K Hong, Forever Mãi Mãi Group. So, but the defense that y'all did smile and good, y'all were there and let them leave civilians, massive civilians, is always good. I'll leave y'all this. Before you figured it out, a lot of people throughout the world, like, I saw them with Thor and Annie Loud, like, they let them leave, and then they figured out what happened because they weren't involved. So, saving lives and smiles and good, forever in my mind, it's like the whole world never would not appreciate when they see their kids, grandkids, family member that were with them at that time. Like, some of his kids, like, winging them around me. Like, nah, go home first, dude. We don't fight. We just figured out while the engineering is about to collapse what route we're going to take. So it never goes away. And luckily with me, I'm a rescue team in med. a doctor myself, so nobody ever dies. No one dies on my team, and everybody made it. But we don't have kids there or young adults, and then they're always safe for sure. Suchi and Yo. Koi Lee. Yeah, Koi Lee, Rhino Chang, Hing Do, Burt Reynolds. Y'all all qualified because y'all were all around my family. So even the guys that fight out there go around them because they know it's a no fly and no fighting zone. So they can't blame. They run to y'all. To and it's a ceasefire because a lot of them respect it because I meet with them and I do stuff like this. Like, oh my God, they blame it on heroin or drugs, but the assault sickness is so severe, the person's body mutilated. No, I'll look into it, dude. It could be, and they promised no biological weapons. So I found out it was just a dirty place that they assaulted them where they couldn't clean up. So, plus with like drugs and feces and bacteria from the meat and whatever bacteria is in the meat, it formed biological beginning stages of certain biological weapons. So that we just needed to clean up. So I do that for them. So they give me faith sometimes or respect. Sometimes, and they stop fighting. Or when they didn't commit a crime and it was really an accident. Yeah, let me figure it out, dude. And it saved like 1 million, 2 million people, not condemning people innocently at that time. Like right now, I'm trying to figure out the storm, but people need to stop. Like doing all this craziness first. I don't know what's going on first. All the paperwork and the info is coming in, and yeah, we just gotta split it like in certain groups because everybody's blaming each other. But this area is a no fighting zone, dude. And half of it, kids. Okay, Thong and ambiguous name Thong and Thong. You mistaken like your grandson Thong, like that hangs out with me for your dad Thong or Thong. So you're following your grandson's order to go knock me down to show how tough he is, so he can join me afterwards, and he can gain my respect, as that's what your dad wanted. So your son's just there, scared. I didn't think you'd take it that far. But see, that's the thing I'm trying to figure out. So I need, like, I don't have time to joke. And so it's not racism. It's criteria for the defense, meaning they have to apply, like, their behavior. They couldn't partook in certain things. They couldn't hang out with certain people, and they had to walk away from certain things. And then it's automatic dismissal because they weren't involved. If they were dragged in, they had to just say no and keep walking away. And if they stayed out of certain areas, that like, oh, we do that shit for fun, dude. Like, and they walked away, then it's. But they got pulled in, and then during like the commotion, they jumped in the car and took off. But the accident happened there at that place they were at. It's still no involvement. They. or they stood outside, they couldn't do anything. It's not inhumane that they gritted and protected themselves so that from 100 casualty, it went down to like 80% reduced. Like 80% people didn't get casualty, didn't die. So it's not their fault, dude. Instead of a whole 100 dying, only like 80 people got to live right away. 50 people got to live right away, and then 30 more were saved. So, but they're not responsible for it when they got dragged into it. All right, it's Nguyen K Hong for Mãi Mãi Group. So if y'all want, just use my name. My great grandparents, and great great grandparents. I get bad communication about y'all too, dude. But I watched how it's like, oh, it could lead to accident. No, you can't do that stuff, dude. There's a windstorm, and it doesn't matter that dude didn't do it on purpose. It still causes you to get killed. So do not go to these places. Don't talk like this. Don't talk a certain way. Don't speak a certain way. Like rude and gangsterish is something. And don't joke because the kids will copy you. So you just don't. I don't have enough people to watch them. All right, Nguyen K Hong for Mãi Mãi Group. Thanks, y'all. I really appreciate it. Even though I yelled at home. Yeah, everybody I yelled at, their families are safe. Safe. They didn't die. When all the people partaking in those actions elsewhere, I didn't oversee and face casualties. I think we'll follow it. It's just behavior that would cause you to be hurt. That's all. That's all the statement is. So I tell you to stop. I don't know. It's legal or illegal, and it would cause other. Okay, Nguyen K Hong, forever Mãi Mãi Group, president.